Guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, and telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you. We appreciate every one of you. Today, I've got Lala once again right here in the building, and the Headies have has come and has gone, and still the talking point. And oh, the Headies is giving us headache. Talking point and all of that. Everybody saying no, this one should have won this one should have won that. Lala, there's been a whole lot of people saying different things. People want their favorite to win, but some think, you know what, even forget my favorite. This particular person, even though I don't listen to his music or her music, should have won, something. A major one right now is Burna Boy not winning the album of the year with African Giant.
That's just fueling the narrative that people in Nigeria don't regard Burna Boy, and it's annoying that it had to be the Headies, one of the biggest award shows in Nigeria. So right now, I mean, if Burna Boy takes the Headies as good, I'm not going to be angry with him like people that, or if he takes MTV and these other ones and doesn't regard the Nigerians, I'm not going to be angry with him, because this is clearly unacceptable. Like, it's clearly, how would I put it, it's just clearly degrading for someone who has been responsible for, pushing the Afrobeat agenda to the world in the last 2 years. He's not winning an award. He's not winning arguably the biggest award to come out of Nigeria. He's not even getting a sniff. I mean, his songs are being overlooked, the album being overlooked. Even if it was nominated, the fact that an album that came out perhaps 2 or 3 months before the cutoff time is regarded as being better than an album that would over
got a Grammy nomination.
Even got a Grammy nomination over the 1.5 years of review that they had. So at the end of the day, why did you have to make it 18 months? If you want to save yourself this stress, you'd have just made your thing travel and just forgot that, oh, we didn't have an award for 2019. Because if you had an award for 2019, there's no way Burna Boy is not going away with majority of these categories anyway. Yeah. And even if you don't even regard the fact that you now nominated an album as good as that album, which had worldwide acclaim, and still give it to an Apollo, which people still agree that, oh,
it's not Fireboy's best.
It's not Fireboy's best album out of 2. You're letting people question exactly what you're doing.
How did Apollo win? As in, how exactly do you think Apollo won over African Giant?
If you ask me, I don't know. I have to go and ask Mr. Ayani. Isn't that his name? I have to go and ask him, because, well, maybe it's not down to him, it's down to maybe wherever
the board, the
executive board of council, whatever they call it. But at the end of the day, everything just smacks of irresponsible. They were just being irresponsible, and it just looked like they were padding. I mean, I'll call these guys politicians at this stage, because at the end they were just padding all these awards things. They were just padding it with, oh, that's what it looks like, and there's no credibility in what they've done. What they've done is just made a mockery of talent. Now, if Burna Boy will sit in his own and be like, oh, nothing. Do you think he wants to come back later and say he wants to come and sit down at one Headies and win an award when you've actually now snubbed him? I mean, this guy has been underrated for a while. He's always had issues with people getting him the acclaim he deserves locally, and this is just fueling it and making it just another pointer that Nigerians or the Nigerian organizers, maybe perhaps they have a problem with you. That's what I see.
Okay, so let's looking at the African Giant album. We know we have a couple of songs. There's Dangote, there's Pull Up, there's On the Low, there's Ye on that one as well. There's also Burna, yes, there's Burna on that one as well. I mean, a couple of other songs, the one with Damian Marley, and it's also there, and also I think there's the one with Angelique Kidjo there as well, and there's Latani Bile, Killing Them is also there as well, and so all of that, on that particular one. And on Tattoo we have by Fireboy DML. We have Spell featuring Wandeko. We have Champion with This Smoke. We have Afa featuring Olamide, you know, and then Tattoo and a couple of other songs.
Songs even mentioning. Only one or two are songs that we
So comparing the impact of this set of songs by Fireboy DML on the Apollo album to Burna Boy on the African Giant album, would Fireboy DML vote for himself if he was to be in that position?
Who vote it? I see if they are sitting down and say, oh, choose between these two albums, if he was a neutral, even if he's not
as a neutral,
he will be picking African Giants. I'm pretty damn well sure he's going to pick the African Giants because Apollo really, he himself, I don't think he's happy with how far Apollo went through. Fine, the song Champion got into FIFA 21, used by Bayern Munich as well. We know all those facts, but if we're going to tell Fireboy himself to choose his best projects between Apollo and LGT, he will be choosing his first album because he himself knows how important that album was for him and how far that album traveled for him. Immense album. But
how would Burna Boy feel about this?
I think the fact that he didn't even attend means he didn't regard the Headies, because perhaps he's been a victim of all this politicking and things like that with Headies. So he hasn't really reacted. We haven't seen any reaction from him. It's not only him that might feel hard done by. Davido too was also snubbed.
A good time, yeah.
Good time was also snubbed. So at the end of it all, the person who won Fireboy, he might also have a thing to say that, oh, I won 5 awards, why am I not winning Artist of the Year? That's if he wants to now put it in, stick it inside
their faces, yeah.
Why am I winning 5 awards and I'm not winning
Artist of the Year?
Imagine if this was a Burna Boy winning 5 awards and he didn't win Artist of the Year. I'm pretty sure he will say that. Why am I not winning Artist of the Year? Winning 5 awards. But at the end of it all, there was no comparison, no compare. The way Fino talk Apollo and African Giants, no compete. African Giants is clear.
And a lot of fans were actually thinking that this particular awards given to Fireboy DML is a major compensation to Olamide.
I seriously doubt it is. How can it be? Why are they compensating Olamide for? When they're not compensating with anything. Fireboy, okay, there was no Rookie of the Year. He wasn't part of Rookie of the Year. Next rated.
Next rated.
The last next rated.
I think it was. Darema won.
Darema, was he part of it?
I think he was part of it.
Okay, so compensation for what? It's not the Olamide birthright or for his artist or his underling to win. Fine, people may decide and say, oh, Lil Kesh and what's his name, Ricardo Banks, that was what caused the issue that time. That maybe perhaps Lil Kesh should have won. People may want to argue that, but at the end of the day, look at the two of their careers. Who's had the better career in the long run? Both of them are seriously, they're not at the best of time right now. But if you're going to compare their careers, Ricardo has had the better career. Has gone on to have the better career so far. So Headies didn't make a mistake that time. If you wanted to be sentimental, you say, oh, Lil Kesh should have won it. That's what it is.
Okay. Well, LTG, Apollo, African Giant, Twice as Tall, everything together. But of course, we know the ones Headies are pitting against themselves right now. Apollo versus African Giant. Guys, what do you think about that? All the songs head to head. Songs on African Giant album, songs on Apollo. You vex. The way I'm trying to put it.
I mean, a lot of music heads know that Apollo album, fine, is a good album, but that album, Jesus Christ, is not even the best thing Fireboy has come.
So you think Fireboy was actually surprised to be nominated for Album of the Year?
You'll be surprised. The fact that his 2 albums are even nominated, of course, he would thank his stars and be like, oh, Headies, thank God.
For even nominating him.
For nominating him.
And then winning that award.
And the fact that Apollo, I keep saying this, in the 1.5 year of review, Apollo was only here for what? Maybe 2? Max 2 months in that year of review. So 2 months enough to judge that Apollo was better than all these other albums.
So you'd have picked a cheeky brew of the bullets. That one also missed out.
See, in terms of even locally, I'm not surprised. I mean, in terms of quality, that's up there. But in terms of impact, we know that yes, perhaps anything Fireboy may have trumped that, because we know the sort of resources available to him with Olamide and Empire. We know resources with Chike are a bit slim, but he's making do of what he has. The fact that he didn't win it, I'm not surprised. I didn't expect him to win, but it's a quality. The fact that he got nominated, it means yes, they recognize the quality of his album. So
okay, so let me ask you a question before we go. Finally, if Apollo, you know, if you're saying Burna Boy should have won, let's imagine that Burna Boy wasn't nominated. Who exactly would you have picked to win that album of the year over Apollo?
Album of the year.
Yeah, over Apollo. Chike,
even
Davido,
Fireboy's first album
wasn't nominated.
It wasn't nominated. That's what I'm saying. I would have picked that over Apollo. If you had won it for Laughter, I might say, oh, it's like people don't even regard the impact that album had. That album was dragging Davido's A Good Time by the neck. Davido's star power helped him locally for that album. That album dominated charts. Apple Music, Boomplay, you name it. That album dominated
even the Billboard.
Dominated, not even small. For a new artist to have that kind of impact with the
debut album,
it was immense. And if it was awarded for that, I would have no problem with it. I'm like, oh, that album really did well. But
Apollo,
I beg, I'm starting Apollo too much. Make I don't get Apollo.
Alright, guys, thank you so much on that particular one. Thank you. Let's have your thoughts on this one. Fireboy DML, Apollo winning the best album of the year at the Headies over Burna Boy, yes, African Giant, over Chike's Bow of the Bullets, over Davido's A Good Time as well. Guys, what are your thoughts on that particular one? Congrats to Fireboy DML, but of course, is it deserved or not? Or maybe Burna Boy, maybe Chike, maybe Davido. Let's have your say. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Lala, they para right now, so we guys come more here. Sharp. See you guys. Peace.